What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Coffee Break Tuesday. My name is Rob. Grab a tasty brown bean beverage, preferably from Cedar Oda Coffee, because we are traveling down the path of self-education. In particular, why you should take control of your own education. It's a fun journey, so let's begin.
Bells ringing, birds singing, hello, good morning.
If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be. That's from Thomas Jefferson. This quote provides an idea of the type of education I will be focusing on in this video. Many of us grew up with a stigma to education. I honestly cannot put my finger on why this occurred or how it came to be, but my focus is not on the problem, but the repair. I imagine many people's journey down self-education may have started just like mine. We listened to a podcaster named Joe, and we heard from individuals like Cornel West, Peterson, Roger Penrose, and many more. We heard names like Solzhenitsyn, Aristotle, Nietzsche, and Milton, Kant, Hegel, and Dewey. These names were brought up in the conversation, and as I ventured outside of the podcast land and started flipping through some of the books they were tossing around, like weighted darts full of knowledge, I was honestly unaware of most of these works. A world I literally did not realize existed began to appear. I always had this idea that I had to go to a school if I wanted to become educated, or that I needed to be taught. The power to teach myself, for some reason, never really occurred to me, and at this point, I feel kind of embarrassed to even admit such a silly thought. I knew who pop stars were dating, but I never heard of Aristotle's ethics. I knew who LeBron played for, but I didn't know where Hegel was from. And going back to Jefferson's quote in the beginning, I was ignorant, misguided, and I used my time in a very foolish manner. I would speak of freedom without the knowledge of where it derived from, claiming I had the right to vote without understanding the type of government I was voting in. Becoming educated is beyond a luxury in a civilized society, such as that in which we live here in the States. You cannot be ignorant and free, at least not for long. The contagion of ignorance will infest the majority, and once the majority is corrupt, the liberty we inherited will be rooted out and replaced with something more appropriate to an uneducated populace. Not all at once, but over a declining period of generations. At a certain point, if you do not care to educate yourself on how to keep the rights you claim to hold so dear, then by default we must admit that we do not truly desire them. If Locke and Rousseau have never argued in your mind, then it's time to discover who they are. Self-education goes beyond just preparing for a career. You need to educate yourself on how to be a good father, a good mother, a good husband and a wife. Once you realize you hold the keys to self-education, you realize the bad habits and family issues which permeate most families are your responsibility to resolve. You do not have to keep repeating the same old issues or living the same way as your parents and family did in the past. You do not have to stay uneducated. You will find that once you self-educate in one area, it opens avenues in many others. And the ability to achieve this is pretty easy nowadays. There are some free resources, free books, free lectures, free curriculums. All that it costs is time. Your health depends on it. Your family's well-being depends on it. Your country and rights as a citizen depend on it. The question I ask myself is, why do we not care anymore? The algorithms keep my mind so occupied. Who has the time for books? The demand for entertainment pulls my attention away from my duty to the social contract or our Constitution. So if you want to start the journey down self-education, there is honestly no better time to start than today. But you may be wondering where to start and how to start. I have shared some ways I have approached this in past videos, and I will be sharing some more deeper details as I go along my journey in the future. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Self-education is a lifelong journey, and the finish line is not crossed until life ends. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and if you drink coffee and you need it in your life as much as I do, then please check out my coffee company linked in the description below. You can use the code THECAUSE for 15% off your first order. Read some amazing books, sip some amazing coffee, and I will see you very soon. I love you all. Stay blessed.